video, what I'm essentially going to do is provide you with some important information with respect to navigating Blackboard for organizational behavior. But before I begin doing that, I just want to say welcome and say that I'm very, very grateful to have each and every one of you as a student, and to just let you know that I'm here to help you, to assist you throughout this course. My name is, of course, Dr. Richard Peters, and I'm going to be your professor for this semester. Many of you know me. I have had you before in other courses. If you don't know me, I have a small post on the introduction forum that I'm going to talk a little bit about in a few minutes that can help you get some idea about me. Of course, my office is Xavier South, 340C. So if you need to have a face to go along with the voice, feel free to come by and check me out. Anyway, we shall, as I said before, go through this very quickly, very briefly. I'm just going to give you some indication of some of the things that are going to be important for you as you go through this class. Now, of course, because the class is 100% online, Blackboard is going to be the platform that we're going to use, that I'm going to use to communicate to you pretty much throughout the semester. Of course, I'm going to use email. I'm also going to use telephone if you choose to call me in some instances, and I do have physical office hours. But the majority of the information that will be communicated to you will be communicated to you via Blackboard, and the majority of in fact, all of the assignments that you have or that you are responsible for will be submitted to me via Blackboard. Okay, so of course it's important for you to understand what we're doing in Blackboard and some of the major areas, some of the important areas that you should be aware of. So as you go on to this Blackboard page, of course on the home page, you're going to first see an announcement. And the announcement is just kind of a welcome telling you that we're beginning tomorrow, Monday, August the 25th. That's kind of going to be our first day, our kickoff. It's just kind of to welcome you so early, but throughout the semester, when I have some important information or news, I'm going to share it through announcements. The next part that you're going to obviously go to is this introductory video that I'm creating at this moment. Once you have gone through the home page, you should click on the introductory video and you will get this information. So that's what we're doing right now, this introductory video. Once you look at the introductory video, your next step should be to go find the syllabus. The syllabus is essentially a contract that is created between myself and you. And the syllabus is very important for this organizational behavior class. It's a 100% online class, because in this syllabus I will provide you with all the information that you will need with respect to what is expected of you, meaning your assignments, your deliverables, grading schemes. Also in the syllabus is the proposed schedule for the class. So it's very, very important that you read the syllabus thoroughly. I am not going to go through the entire syllabus. It is there. It is your responsibility to go through it and read every single part of it, because it is very, very important. Once you read the syllabus, you're going to recognize that the class, the content of the class, is broken up into what I term modules. We have 4 different modules in the class. So you click on modules, and what you'll see here is that there will be, once you get into that modules area, there will be different links associated with different modules. The only module that you will see now, in fact you will only see this beginning tomorrow, Monday, August 26th, is module 1. And if you click and open module 1, what you will see is that within module 1 you have 3 chapters included in that first module. That first module has to do with just introducing organizational behavior, as well as explaining some of the general context and influences of organizational behavior, namely organizational culture and national culture. And that's covered in chapter 1, 2, and 3. Each module, and we have 4 of those, as I mentioned to you before, and you'll see that again in your syllabus, each module will contain multiple chapters. There is no module that I believe has more than 4 chapters, and no module that has less than 2 chapters. So we have 4 modules in all. And each module, as I said, includes specific chapters. Now, when you open the chapters, so when you click on the chapters, what you will find is that every chapter has certain items included in it. So in every chapter, you're going to get PowerPoint. So these are basically slides that are going to help you to understand the material that is found in your text. And of course, it is very, very important that you get the textbook. The textbook, we're using the 5th edition of Kinnicky and Fugate Organizational Behavior. It's very important that you get that textbook because that's where all the information is going to be found. So every chapter will include a PowerPoint slide. You will also have what I call study notes, which are basically a condensed version of the text, meaning that you get the most important information in these study notes to help you to prepare for your assignments. You will also get a lecture, a brief audio lecture where I go through some of the slides and I explain some of the more important parts of the chapter. There is also a video, a small or brief video on a company, a real company, that discusses how the information in this chapter is related to real world activities. Now, for every chapter, except for chapter 1, you're going to have 2 assignments associated with the chapter. The first assignment is what I call a discussion forum. A discussion forum is simply a place where you will post as an individual student a response to a question that I will propose. So I'm going to click on the discussion forum, and you will see that there is a thread there that says question. And I just simply put a hypothetical question here. Do you understand how to use discussion forum? In a real discussion forum, there will be a more specifically geared question to the content that we're discussing at the moment. And you will have to reply to that thread. You would have to reply to my question by doing a post of your own. Now, it's important in your discussion forum that you only not reply to my question, but you also reply to at least one post of another person in the class. So that's very important, that you not only reply to my question, but you reply to a post made by another student in the class. So that's an assignment that pretty much every chapter has. The only chapter that does not have a discussion forum associated with it is chapter 1, which is why this discussion forum here is simply an example. When you get into chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter on, you will see they will have specific discussion forums. The other assignment that is associated with every chapter except chapter 1 is the quiz. There is a quiz, a very short 10-question multiple choice quiz that you can take anytime during the week that is associated with that chapter. And you will find the week that is associated with a chapter on the syllabus, on the proposed schedule. You will have unlimited time to do this quiz, and you can in fact use your book. So it's an open book assignment. However, you will only have one opportunity to do the quiz. Okay, so that is where you will find in each chapter you will find a quiz and you will find a discussion. So that is it for your modules. Again, each module has multiple chapters. You will only see the chapters and the modules appearing as the time for those modules based on the schedule becomes evident, meaning that you will not see all the modules from the very beginning. I will place the modules, I'll make them visible to you as the semester progresses, because as I said on my syllabus, I don't want anybody trying to basically do the course in a week or 2 weeks. I know some students will be like, oh, everything's online, I'm going to do all the quizzes, I'm going to do all the discussion forums. No, I want you to move and progress along with the rest of the class, meaning that as we go on week by week, I will allow you, I make the assignments, I'll make the content visible so that we can continue to progress together throughout the semester. So what you will see is that you will see each module, each chapter, each assignment appearing when they are scheduled on the proposed schedule as seen on the syllabus. Okay. The other thing that I have not yet created but you will see in your module is that when the time comes, there will be a module exam, and that exam is 25 multiple choice questions, but unlike the quizzes, that's going to be a closed book exam, and it's only going to be available on the day on which it is scheduled on the proposed schedule. It's a closed book exam. It is going to be 25 questions and going to be timed, so it's going to be 40 minutes long, and it will only be available. The quizzes, based on if you read your syllabus, the quizzes will be available from the Monday of the week in which we're covering that chapter until the Thursday at midnight of that week. So let's say we were doing a quiz and we're not, so hypothetically, if we were doing a quiz this week, then the quiz would be available tomorrow, Monday, August the 26th, and it would end, you would have to finish the quiz by Thursday midnight of this coming week. Okay, but we don't have a quiz for chapter 1 and we don't have a discussion forum. But you will have quizzes and discussion forums for all the other chapters. So that's modules. Once you read the syllabus, you will also realize that you have one team assignment and therefore you have to work in teams. I have done, or I have created already, 3 teams for this class. Team 1, Team 2, and Team 3. You are going to be assigned, or you have been assigned, I should say, to one of these teams already. So if I click on Team 1, you see Brianna's in that team, Gabriel's in that team, Jasmine's in that team. You will see underneath there that there are some tools. Something that you should make use of, if you can, is this group discussion board. It's essentially a discussion forum, but limited only to members of your team. Here you can post things, you can reply, you can discuss with each other, okay? And it can be used here in order to facilitate communication between and among the team. Of course, you can just use regular email, you can text each other, you can talk to each other. I mean, most of you know each other already. That's fine, but if you choose to do it virtually, this is one of the group discussion board. It's one of the tools that can be helpful to you. Also, file exchange and collaboration, they can also be used to facilitate communication. So get into your teams or click on your team, see who's in your team, and very early on, please start communicating with members of your team. If we click here on assignments, these 3 areas are the other assignments beyond your discussion forum and quizzes and your module exams that you are going to be responsible for throughout the semester. When you read your syllabus, you will see, or you will be introduced to something called hot seat reports, and you will have 4 of those hot seat reports to do throughout the semester. Well, when you click in this folder, you are going to see the 4 hot seat reports, but just like the other elements, the other parts of this class, the content as well as the assignments, these hot seat reports are only going to be made available to you based upon the schedule, when they're scheduled in the class. So I'm not going to put all 4 hot sheet reports up at the same time. I'm going to place them there, give you enough time, let's say a week before they're due, in order to have them done so that you can submit them on the due date as indicated on the schedule. Well, if you click on this hot seat report, and again, I haven't actually created, I haven't put the report up yet. When this is really available, you'll see some instructions associated with the hot seat report, and you will also see a file, and the file is basically the situation that you're going to have to analyze for the hot seat report. So what do? You click on that, and you're able to download, and you can read it. Now, what do you do when you want to submit the report? Well, it's very easy. Let's go back. When you want to submit the report, you don't click on the file. What you do is that you click on the hot seat report, you click on that link. So going back, you don't click on this, you click on this, You browse my computer, your computer, you attach the report, and then you submit. Okay? So remember, when you are submitting your report, when you are first getting your situation, of course you access this file. But when you're submitting it, you click on this link, you browse your computer, you upload the file, and then you submit. Okay? The other two assignments under the assignment link is your book analysis and your organization report. These are clearly outlined and discussed in your syllabus. Again, please read your syllabus. Please read your syllabus. Find information about these. And again, when they are due or just before they are due, these links will be made available to you so that you can submit your book report, your organization report, and your hardship report. I'm going to give you enough time before they're due to be able to access the situation, be able to analyze them, and obviously upload the report. Okay? We go on to Blackboard Help. And Blackboard Help here, what I have is a link to basically Blackboard's tutorial. Here you can find out just about anything you want to do in Blackboard. If you're having any kind of trouble with anything in Blackboard, maybe you don't know how to use the collaboration tool, maybe you don't know how to do a discussion forum, whatever it is, here is your one-stop online tutorial to figure out basically anything that you want to do on Blackboard. The last thing that I'm going to show you is this introduction forum. Once you've read your syllabus and once you've looked through this video, I want you to go onto this forum, and obviously once you've accessed your team and maybe started communication with your team members, I want you to go onto this forum, and I want you to do this pretty early this week. And I want you to basically reply to my thread or create your own thread. And all that I'm asking you to do in this forum is to kind of introduce yourself to us. You know, again, because we're not meeting physically, we're meeting online, we're not going to get the opportunity for us to ask each other, hey, who are you? What are you doing here? What are your plans? What do you hope for this class? None of that's going to happen physically. So virtually, I would like you to just give us a quick synopsis of who you are, what you've been doing, what your plans are, and what you hope for this class. Okay, it doesn't all have to be professional. I put some personal stuff in there. Obviously, don't get too personal, but this is a chance for us to kind of get to know each other. So again, I hope you understand that this class is going to be like any other class. You're going to have material to be covered. You're going to have assignments that are going to be due. I am going to be able to lecture to you virtually by using these brief lectures. But you are going to have to be self-disciplined, especially when it comes to things like your discussion forums and your quizzes. Okay, you are going to have to ensure that you do them on time, that they are submitted on time, because I'm not there every day in class to kind of remind you. So please have that self-discipline. So I hope you've enjoyed this introductory video, and hopefully we will have a great class for the rest of the course. Goodbye.